Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Kindness Rising. This morning we are back for another day, another week, another round of Kindness Rising here on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Get involved in the comments. Say hello. Good morning, Jess. Hope you had a great weekend. I know our other friends are out there too. Welcome in. What a weekend. A few days away. I have had for sure. And I am in big time recovery mode. The balloons are half deflated and there's random pasta salad in the fridge. That's what happens after a party. And emotionally, after these kinds of parties, that hits different too. Sully, Jess, good morning. We didn't have a big party. We had an amazing week with the kid, though. Graduation season, it isn't just about caps and gowns. It's about transition and watching our kids become adults. Absolutely. And as parents, we realize we're entering a new chapter too. Last week, we talked about new beginnings. Good morning, Mother. Good morning. Had a wonderful weekend. Hope, possibility, the future. Today we're talking about the morning after, the quiet, the emotional hangover, the moment when the music stops and everybody realizes, whoa, life's changing. And honestly, that feeling can be beautiful and very scary at exactly the same moment. So today we're talking about growing older, changing seasons of life, emotional exhaustion, and why transition affects all of us, because this is Kindness Rising. Probably a lot of people waking up tired today, not just physically tired, but physically tired too. And there were graduation celebrations all over. Bringing the music down. Graduation celebrations happening, of course, was college graduations all over the East Coast. Wow, there was traffic out there, all the state schools and all that. But I want to talk about those of us that were over 40, maybe over 50, attending a graduation party. Your body currently feels like you participated in a CrossFit competition you didn't know you were registered for. Trust me, we were moving up and down stairs, carrying packages, carrying stuff all over across parking lot, moving people out on the run from venue to venue, hitting the thing, standing too long, sitting in awful hard chairs, food inconsistent. Sometimes we're on plan, sometimes we're not, and just trying to keep that optimism from a room full of 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, whatever, that can just keep going and going. Watching them go is exhausting enough. But honestly, I think the exhaustion is actually deeper than that. Obviously, it's emotional. These milestones, they can really sneak up on you, right? How much time did I spend this weekend thinking about, holy crap, how did we get here? One minute you're packing lunches, the next minute you're loading the car for college, and the next minute you're taking them home from college. First apartment, starting a career, all those things. That's the stage and the phase that we're in right now. But remembering that those phases and those changes aren't happening to them, they're happening to us too. Everyone, every one of our identities changes as things evolve. And there can be some fun things with that and some scary things with that. I love the idea of my kids growing older, the types of conversations we're able to have, the understanding of the world that they have, being able to bring that to light a little bit more mature conversation. But there's also scary things too with it too. Watching them grow and get independent is pretty scary. But here's the truth. The truth about the weekend was, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, man. Yesterday I just hit that ball, but it means what that means, what that exhaustion means when we flop. What's up, Keith, Sully? How you guys doing? That exhaustion that we feel at the end of it all after the past 3 days, if it mattered, it means you showed up. It means it mattered. Something happened. You cared deeply enough to feel that emotional weight and to feel the physical creaks and cracks too. But maybe maturity isn't really about I'm fumbling my words here a little bit. Maybe. Hi, David. Welcome in, David. I am glad you're here. Hello, George, you say? Hello, George, says Jess. Absolutely. Glad everyone is here. Thank you, everyone. Anyway, back to what I said. Maturity and growing up, it's learning how to hold those multiple emotions at once, to feel both pride and sadness, excitement and fear, joy and uncertainty, because that's life. And honestly, that's growth. All right. I've yacked for a little too long this morning. Before I get into, what's up? Into our game of the day. Let's play the game. Who in the world? Who in the world are we talking about today? And my friends from Gen X, this one we're going a little deeper into some Gen X, right? Clue number one, mystery person connects perfectly with the theme of time moving faster and people flying higher than we ever expected them to. So clue number one for today's Who in the World, you're going to get 3 clues and you get to decide who we're talking about today. This is person's birthday is today. We celebrate different people for different reasons. Today is this person's, the anniversary of their birthday, right? When someone is dead, you say it's their anniversary of their birthday. I don't know. So I just gave you 2 clues right in a row. I'll sneak extra clues in for you. But this guy, and there you go, there's a 3rd clue. Male, dead, born in Fiji. Born in Fiji. There we go. Yep. Absolutely, Pacific Islander. I'm gonna keep it just that. I already gave you 2 free ones. A dead dude from Fiji. Anybody know a dead dude from Fiji? In Gen X, that's as far as I am going to push it today. Absolutely. Did you guys see that? That was hysterical. All right. So let's move on. All right, and here it is today. We keep going. We are rocking and rolling. We are rumbling and grumbling a little bit of a clue as to what we're talking about today. Wait, that happened today? 1980, 46 years ago. 46 years ago, a major natural disaster happened. The first one that I remember, 1980. I remember it quite well. A lot of us Gen X kids probably feel it too. The very first major natural disaster we vividly remember seeing and hearing about on TV. I think music's not really loud all the time. Gotta fix that. All right. Yes, Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens eruption in Washington State. one of the biggest natural disasters we've seen, at least in our lives. Yep, I did, Jess. Thank you so much. I have to figure out the balance on that. I appreciate you. Yes, St. Helens. Michael, good morning. Michael Prince, welcome in. Yep, we were talking about Mount St. Helens today. It just wasn't like this volcano somewhere, right? It was close by. It was massive. It was terrifying. Unbelievable. It began as a gigantic landslide, and eventually actually considered the largest landslide in recorded history, at least at the time. And then, half the mountain just collapsed, the north side. What was interesting to me about it, if you watch it now and understanding, is that it was actually a lateral blast. A blast came out the side of the mountain. If you see it and you watch it geologically or whatever. Oh, Michael, you're over there on TikTok doing an anniversary for it? Cool. I'll check it out. I promise. You can actually see where the mountain was bulging on the side from the pressure building up, I think, right? Pressure, and then all of a sudden that whole half of the mountain just blows up, not upwards at first, superheated gas, ash, rock, debris moving hundreds. They said up to 400 miles per hour at the peak speed of that stuff pouring out of there. 400 miles an hour, 80,000 feet into the atmosphere. The ash blew. Entire forest flattened like a toothpick. That's it. Snap. The total height of Mount St. Helens was reduced by 1,300 feet. It's like the entire mountaintop just disappeared. And the tragic part, of course, 57 people losing their lives, hundreds, thousands of people, homes, bridges, miles of roads destroyed, rivers changes, landscape changes, and the wildlife impact. Holy moly. People who watch it describe it as the end of the world. Vancouver, this is it. That's crazy. Michael, sounds like you've done some deeper research on the Mount St. Helens. I'd love to know more. I'm going to definitely check out your work. Thanks for joining me here, Michael Prince. I will go over to your TikTok and check it out too. Let me know where it is. I love to promote cool stuff. If you're talking about this, I mean, rewatching it now, it's mind-boggling to watch it and think about that. Were you there, Michael? What's your interest? You're from Australia. Interesting. That's cool. But it obviously impacts you. I'm from the East Coast of the United States, so may as well have been Australia physically. I'll definitely want to check out David Johnson's or Michael, your work and hear more about the story of Mount St. Helens. Anyway, it reminds me really actually that life is like that sometimes, right? There's an explosion, then suddenly everything is different. It can change fast. One thing is normal and then boom, right? There's a before and an after, just like events that happen in our lives. Part of the maturity is realizing those moments happen throughout our lives. Absolutely, sometimes dramatically and sometimes quietly, but always powerfully. Absolutely. 46 years ago, I was 8 years old, and I remember just being in awe by what I was seeing. I can only imagine as I was watching recreations and videos and things about it a little bit in preparing for this, I was actually stricken by how different it would have been covered today. Drone footage and cameras everywhere, whereas this was like people are scrambling to capture it. And how far do we stand? How close do we get? Yeah, I'm sure there was some great, very interesting stories of the capturing the journalism, the being there live of the event was pretty amazing. All right, time is slipping away. I haven't gotten to my second clue. Really, Michael Prince, very fascinating. Well, there it is, and this must be a very special day for you, Michael Prince, if you're working on a movie based on the Mount St. Helens volcanic eruption disaster. Like I said, 57 people perishing in it. Literally huge change in the physical landscape, and yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool. It sounds like something I might be interested in, Michael. Watch. Learning about it. Absolutely. Jess is planting her garden. That's a wonderful thing. And we are going to kill the music and move on to clue number 2. Nobody has guessed yet. Michael, Jess, of what generation are you, Michael? Because this is a Gen X clue. Gen X clue number 2. Gen X. This person, I'll remember our first one clue, which I think I gave you 3 of. He was born in Fiji. He was born in Fiji, and he is no longer living. There it is. Clue number 2. The second clue. Here it is. He changed professional wrestling by making the audience feel like they were watching real aerial danger and athleticism all at once. Pro wrestler. There's a lot of clues right in there. Absolutely Gen X. You were born in the 90s. Okay, cool. I was born in the 70s. That's cool. All right. So, Michael, you were not obviously alive to remember the actual eruption. So that's interesting. That of course begs the question, Michael. What made you interested? What got you interested? How did you learn about it? What do you know about Mount St. Helens? I love talking about this stuff. Thanks for sticking around. Subscribe to the channel. We come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Michael from Australia. So come check us out for sure. I feel like I got lost here, guys. Hang on with me. Are we having fun? That's the most important thing. Are we having fun? We're back at it. My brain is still a little bit jumbly from, Jess, you're not, we found something you don't connect one. Tough one for you. Wrestling. I feel like Sully, I kind of was thinking you were into this one, or Keith, I think probably would know. Sully, Keith, high flying aerial from Fiji, changing the look, feel of professional wrestling. Oh, you remember it from the movie. All right, cool. You're gonna remake it or do your own version of Mount St. Helens, Michael? That's cool. That is cool. I can imagine some really cool special effects needed for that. It's not Hogan or Macho Man. My guess is, although I have no proof, my guess is that this guy is had probably squared up against both of those individuals, Randy Savage and or Hulk Hogan, at some point I'm sure he was in the ring with both of them at some point in his career. Okay, well, maybe wrestling isn't the hottest topic today. Maybe it's not. I I did not prepare a kindness spotlight because I just didn't. I just didn't do that today. So um, yeah, maybe a little bit of a shorter show today. It may be a little shorter. I promise I'll get back to it tomorrow for sure, but I don't care because we're here. We show up every day on the Mornings in the Lab Network. I appreciate that you guys are out there showing up with me and getting involved in the chat, getting involved in what we have going on here at Mornings in the Lab Network here at Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Then over with Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends at 8 a.m. 8 to 10 weekdays, Monday through Friday. And we've got another week of shows coming up, hot shows on Mornings in the Lab Network. Tomorrow we'll be kicking it again with our friend Sarah Barnes Humphrey, talking about all the excitement happening in supply chain. And then Wednesday, we love our Wednesdays where Keith and I show up. But then on top of that, we'll have our friend Cheryl Raphael Whitaker with It Starts With Joy. And at 10 o'clock, But the Truck and House of Bricks is coming. And just get involved in Mornings in the Lab Network. If you're interested in what we have going on and going live and finding out how live can establish your expertise and your authority in the world, connect you, build your community, lead, and have a hell of a lot of fun along the way. That's what you can do with Mornings in the Lab Network. Absolutely, absolutely. So, and you can show up live. You can show up live when you're exhausted. Yeah. I mean, it was not just the graduation, all the things that come with it. Unpacking an apartment. It was only a 2-floor walk up, but it was still enough. Unpacking and moving an apartment and moving back in and all the disruption that goes along with that and running across campus from event to event. But we are super proud of this kid who every day surprises us with her maturity and her growth, and it's been an absolute joy to watch my children grow and evolve. Of course it is. Of course it is. Hey, Jerry Ginger, dropping in. Jerry, sorry I haven't been around with you and your lovely nature pets and your geese and your doggies. It's been a little bit of a wild ride the past couple. Oh, Jerry, you're getting into the era at least. At least you are in the era. I love it. I love it. Jump in, Jerry. Yep. No, the Iron Sheik, I think, was from Persia. That was the whole point. He was Persian / Iranian. Did I say it? Yeah, a little controversial. No, the Iron Sheik. Remember that was he evolved. That persona actually evolved out of the Iranian crisis, the Iranian hostage crisis. Actually, in the 1980s, he stood up as a villain. Right. That's what we do. We have these symbols that are. Sully, I knew you'd come through, buddy. I'm just going to drop the third clue. All right, since Sully guessed it, I knew it. The Superfly. There he is. His nickname told you everything before he even jumped. Superfly, Jimmy Superfly Snuka from the top rope. You said it just as your your comic literally came in, Sully, as I was saying it out loud myself. From the top rope. Or off the top of the cage. Remember that when he flew off? I think that was WrestleMania 1, early WrestleMania, when he flew off the top of the cage. That was a big deal. Mom, I don't know if you're still out there or not, but you saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka, my mother and my aunt, God bless them, when I was like about 10 or 11 years old, took me and a friend to go see professional wrestling. I don't think they had any clue what was going on here at the Binghamton Arena, and Jimmy Superfly Snuka was there. I got to see the Superfly perform, and Big John Studd and Andre the Giant. I mean, all big names. right there at the Broome County Arena in the early 80s or whatever. So it was a big deal around here. It was a big deal for us. Jerry coming in. All right, guys. I do love this community. I like when you guys come in, and so this is why I show up every day for sure. This is it. All right. So keep getting involved. Keep saying it. Thanks, Sully. You're the winner today, the big winner. You can have the pride of knowing Jimmy Superfly Snooker because I don't have any prizes. Maybe I'll start with prizes. Would you guys want prizes? Would you like? I don't know how I could give you a prize. You'd have to give me your address. I could send you something or a digital prize or something. I don't know. That could be fun. Make it into a real game show. I wish I could offer cash, right? $5,000. Yeah, no. That was it. That was it. Good job, Sully. I appreciate you. And today is the celebration of the anniversary of the birth of James the Superfly Snooker. Yeah. All right. I thought I had some notes about Superfly, but maybe I lost them. Okay, never mind. We can do our own independent research about Superfly Snooker. Maybe we could have Superfly Snooker. Ooh, kindness stickers. Okay, I like the dopamine prize too. Let's keep it up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a box of goodies. My sister, who I love dearly, I spent a lot of time with over the past couple of days, uh, is notorious for little gifts and dollar store things and whatever. And when I told her I was doing a show and having interactions, she was one who actually suggested someday you should do prizes or something. And she gave me a box full of stuff. It's right over here, actually. Because she's awesome. We could do things like this little Fox gift card craft thing or a Be a Kind Human box. She just gives me little stuff like this. This is like you should give it away as prizes for your show. Pink sugar and peppermint thing. I don't know. Anyway. You never know what you're going to uncover here on Kindness Rising as we wrap up for the day. I was trying to fill time because I didn't prepare a whole bunch of script, and you guys made it easier. Made it easier for me to get through this exhaustion. I was like, how am I going to get to a Monday show? And here we are. A minute later, a minute more to go, and you guys have pulled me through. I appreciate Superfly the Eagle. Really, Mom? No way. Is that his name now? We're going to call him Superfly? My mother has a bald eagle. Bald eagle that nests in a tree nearby, and the bald eagle is a huge symbol in my family, sort of my father's spirit animal following his passing. And somehow this bald eagle has nested into the tree near my mother's home, and I just have to believe spiritually that there is a connection. I believe in that, so that's awesome. I guess we'll call him Superfly now. Is that going to be his nickname, Mom, when the eagle comes? That's so cool, so freaking cool. All right, that's it. We're wrapping up. It's 8:00. You guys pulled me through. Last weekend, Kindness Rising, we spent a lot of time talking about graduation, becoming, possibility, and stepping into new chapters. But today was about, and the rest of the day and moving forward, first day of the rest of our lives, it's about what happens after the applause, the cleanup, the quiet, the realization that life keeps moving, whether we are ready or not. And remembering that every chapter, every stage has value in our life. And while change can absolutely feel scary, it also means life is still unfolding. lots of experiences ahead for all of us, still growth ahead, still connection ahead, and still purpose ahead. That's something I'm hopeful about. That's something we'll bring every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on Kindness Rising. Thank you again, everyone, for being here, for pulling me through. I've got 23 and a half hours to prepare for tomorrow. I hope you'll come back. But until then, stay uncommon and stay kind.